Okay.
Yeah, then hello and welcome everyone to our Lunch and Learn. I mean, I just mentioned Stephanie and I are on the German Research Fair to Succeed today, and also making our lunch for this Lunch and Learn webinar, and are here in a separated meeting room. Yeah, we are happy that we can discuss to you today about this topic: how to run a research project in Germany successfully. We will cover yeah, a few points. So how to select a local partner, key aspects of conducting research projects in Germany, and the main success factors. And then we also have a slide or two about quotapoint. And at the end, we will have enough time, yeah, for a quick Q&A session and to answer your questions. So let's get started and maybe introduce ourselves first.
Okay, my name is Stephanie Able. I'm the managing partner of quotapoint since 2016, and I've been there more than 25 years experience. Started as a student, like an interviewer, and then starting my first job at quotapoint. We help clients navigate and conduct research studies in Germany all over the country, with a strong focus on qualitative and quantitative, but our focus is more than qualitative. I'm a moderator, and I can support you with everything like this. And we have a bright range of target groups. It's consumer, B2B, and a focus on shall I wait? Okay, with a focus on healthcare research. Yeah, one of our key strengths is project management, and as I told before, I'm an educated and trained moderator and can support clients if it's needed.
Okay, and my name is Stefan Schmidt. I have, in the meantime, 25 years of experience, mainly in data collection and operational management. I have spent most of my time as managing director at Schmiedl Marktforschung, which was then acquired by Schlesinger or has then rebranded to Sego, and I joined quotapoint. I left Schlesinger 3 years ago and then joined quotapoint. And yeah, in my work, I covered a broad range of different target groups, consumers, B2B, but also healthcare, and also worked on qualitative and quantitative methodologies. Yeah, and also a bit specialized in project management, respondent recruitment processes, and so have a fable for.
Sorry.
Sorry, can you hear this? No. We.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Freuen Sie sich auf zahlreiche Highlights an den Messeständen mit Gesprächen, Getränken und Snacks in ungezwungener.
So sorry, I mean, as mentioned, we're on the fair, and there was just a speak about the next program steps. But I hope this will not interrupt us any more in this next 30 minutes. But I was a bit interrupted. Yeah.
Your voice is much clearer than the announcement, so you could probably ignore it.
Enjoy some exciting highlights and
but let's move on.
Sorry.
Yeah. Why is this topic for us important, or why we think it's important or worth to share in a webinar? Because I mean, especially international projects can become challenging because of different languages, challenging because of different cultures, because of legal frameworks, which often leads to uncertainties. And especially in Germany, where we have strict regulations, high quality standard, and then also maybe a structured work approach, which must be considered. So this is something we think, okay, it's worth to share in a webinar like this. However, I mean, even if there are some challenges with the right partner and a clear strategy in your projects, these challenges can all be successfully all be managed successfully. So yeah, let's start with the first topic, means selecting reliable research partner.
Stefan, do you have some slides you're going to show? Because you had a lovely first slide that you showed me just before.
Yeah, I show the slides.
No,
which
nothing. Is anyone else seeing them?
I'm seeing the slides, yes.
Yeah.
Being a reliable local research partner, it says.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
So you're maybe internet. Okay. When can everyone see so the slide about the? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah. So I mean, from as you probably have experienced also in your work, in your research project, a reliable local partner can make the difference in your international projects between success and failure. And for us, we think a key criteria includes experience, industry experience, then also a strong network to relevant stakeholders, and also a vetted network, of course. Then compliance to regulation and industry standards, and then also transparent communication. And what I experienced so in my career is that the success of a research project mainly depending also from attitude and mindset of your partner, then really to execute this project. And for us as a boutique style company, it's really the case that every project counts and every client counts, and a project or a client is not just a number for us. So for us, it's really important to don't let you down or don't let your projects down. And this is especially so, I mean, on the topic transparent communication, if a really project develops different than planned, or maybe there's the risk that it get off the rails, our approach is to turning into a proactive communication and a problem-solving approach to really then find solutions and bringing the project and finally to a success. Yeah, there are also, from our point of view, some red flags you should watch out for when you're selecting your local research partner. There's probably a lack of a clear methodology, or when they're not experienced in this methodology, if they have a vague pricing structure or hidden costs. I think it's important that you have a clear cost overview, which then ideally sums up to a total and includes all costs. And if your partner have no references or reputation, this is probably something you should be have a more detailed look on this. Yeah, so the second point is also a bit on specific in German research projects. Yeah, so the legal factors or the legal and compliance factors first. I mean, as you know, for sure, I mean, Germany has one of the strictest data protection laws in the world, particularly with GDPR. And in Germany, so in addition to GDPR, so the market research guidelines are even a bit more stricter, I think, than in other countries. So the German market research industry made an addition, for example, to the ESOMA Codex regarding anonymity and confidentiality of personal information of respondents, which says that so PII from respondents, we do not really we are not allowed to ask respondents about transferring their PII to the end client, which is allowed from GDPR perspective, but the market research guidelines do not allow this. And indeed, compliance is a non-negotiable topic, and companies must be very careful in handling participant data. And for this also, informed consent is a crucial aspect, and all research activities must follow these strict guidelines to ensure then finally transparency and data security. But besides so the legal or the legal topics, therefore of course, also some cultural or market-specific things. I mean, Germany has a quite structured and formal business culture. There's precision through documentation, and meeting deadlines are highly valued. And of course, we as a research service supplier are flexible and can adapt to other business cultures, especially as a service provider. We usually adapt to the business cultures of our clients. But what we need to keep in mind is when we are working with respondents, and we are reliable for their willingness to participate and to their flexibility, we should be as reliable as possible when we deal with them, and should treat them fairly. And so what we often get asked for, if it's possible to recruit English-speaking respondents in Germany, and we have the impression, so these requests are becoming more and more. And indeed, there are many Germans who speak very good English, especially in professionals. But our experience also is, I mean, conducting the research in German significantly improves the response rate. And I think even more important, even if respondents are fluent in English and talkative, if they speak in their mother tongue, I think they are even more talkative and more expressive than in English. And I think also an important topic, I mean, if you look for English speakers, you exclude in your samples all the non-English speakers, and probably or maybe get some bias in your data about this. Yeah, and there's additionally, so understanding industry-specific nuances is also, I mean, critical for effective engagement. And yeah, then we have put together some best practices for conducting research in Germany, and there is yeah, so important thing for sure is the screening and yeah, the pre-screening and the respondent selection. For example, we at quotapoint use multiple step approach for the respondents recruitment. First, we do a online pre-screening, I mean, to pre-identify qualifying respondents, and then secondly, we do in the main screening, which we usually do on the phone, where we talk to the respondents, where we check where we do the full screening, also check the data from the pre-screening, where we secure if the respondents understood the approach, that they know what they need to do during the research session, what the dates are, and then they usually get the invitation if this fits. And at a third screening step, this is usually prior to the interview or to the focus group, we are doing a rescreening. And so if there are any inconsistent responses between the different screening steps, this is something then we need to check in detail, or if needed, we will exclude such a respondent. Then when conducting surveys and interviews in German also requires more structural and professional approach. I mean, respondents expect well-prepared, clearly structured questions that are relevant to the topic. And for in-depth interviews, from our point of view, it's important to prepare thoroughly and stay focused on the key topics. And additionally, ensuring anonymity and confidentiality is crucial to gaining trust and encouraging honest feedback. And I mean, already mentioned, so maybe on the slide before, so compliance, so the legal part, but also compliance plays a critical role in research projects conducted in Germany. I mean, every step of the research project must be well documented and ensure adherence to GDPR and other legal requirements, which also includes keeping the records of participants' consents, maintaining a clear data processing agreement with all stakeholders, and securely storing sensitive information and personal information. And failing to meet compliance standards can result in significant fines. I mean, especially when it's about GDPR and then also in reputational damage. But it's also a topic where I do not worry too much about, because I mean, we as a local partner dealing on a daily basis with these topics and can guide you through this compliance and GDPR jungle. So what are for us so the main drivers for project success? Yeah, for us, so the project success depends on several factors. And clear goals in the structured project plan are essential. For example, we always recommend a project kickoff call to get a better understanding about your project goals, about client expectation. And in this call, we can also define the timeline of a project, so that everyone is on the same page. Then, so the second step is a regular and open communication with all stakeholders, which is equally important. And this is especially, I mentioned this already at the beginning, when a project gets off the rails. In this case, a proactive communication is key, and as well as then, flexibility to overcoming these challenges. And then, as fourth point, then some digital tools like, common chats on MS Teams or online shared files or AI-driven analytic tools can help to streamline the process. So in a quick summary, what is important or what is helpful for doing research in Germany, selecting a strong local partner is important for the success. Understanding legal and cultural specifics, maintaining a clear communication strategy, and then also leveraging modern technology will give you significant advantage. So I hope you found these thoughts and insights from us valuable. And I would hand over to Stephanie for some information about quotapoint.
Okay, as I mentioned before, we are in the market since more than 25 years. Started in Frankfurt, then Cologne, and 5 years ago with studios in Berlin. We are, as Stefan mentioned before, we are a boutique style company, manager owned. And for us, it's very important that every project counts and every client counts. And we have a strong focus on this, and we are in communication with you, and we don't let you alone with your project in Germany. We try to find solutions if you have problems with your project, and we have a strong network. We normally recruit in-house, but if we have problems with our own in-house recruitment, we have partnerships outside over Germany and can help you to ensure that the quality is high. And we have some process management where we ensure that we have reliable respondents which you ask for, and sometimes that high quality is for us necessary. And as Stefan told you before, we have a deep understanding of what you need in Germany, complaints, market specifics, and the recruitment process. And I think in this role and with our experience, with our experienced process managers, we can guarantee a successful project management in Germany. It's my okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. As I told you before, we have in-house recruitment. We have 3 recruiters with a head on each facility. So we have a focus that they know the respondents, that they know the environment, but for sure as well. And we build partnerships in Hamburg and Munich. I think the five biggest towns in Germany. And with not own facility, but the strong partnership we have there. And as well, we have a dedicated team for online qual projects. And we think that online it's Yeah, it's nothing we do because it's not gone away, but it's was ist ein Standbein?
It's a
Yeah.
column of our business, or a pillar of our business. So it's really the online qual, besides the facility business in the meantime. So we consider it like another facility we have.
A digital facility we have all over Germany with recruitment and respondents and everything you will need. And as well, we have for Germany, as Stefan told before, it's necessary to have, or it's better to have a German-speaking moderator. We have translators for your clients, transcribers, and if needed, videographers or scribblers or something you need for your projects. Yeah, I think in Germany we are famous, or we are for a trusted and reliable partner. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's finally all we had to present for today. I mean, and we're still in time, or it was planned that we have some minutes left at the end to maybe answer your question if there are any question come up. Yeah.
John, do you want to go?
Sorry, say again?
Do you want to ask a question?
Yeah, I have two quick questions, if I may. First one is, Stefan, if you could tell us something about handling video material, because video, I think, is very different, what one is allowed to and not allowed to do in Germany compared to other countries, because of these rules about the right to your own image. That's one question. And the other question, very quickly, is about panel recruitment, because as you know, we're based in Germany, and we've often found recruitment processes are very black boxy, and we don't know if a panel is being used or not. And we tend to only find out about it when the recruitment runs into difficulties and we start to hear, oh, we're going to have to go outside and do ad hoc recruitment. And so if you could say a little bit about that as well.
Yeah. Thank you for your question. I mean, first about the videos. So the faces are considered as PII, or as personal information. And when you look on the strict guidelines and market research, it would be not allowed to transfer personal information to the end client. But in the German research guidelines, there's an exception for these videos when the respondents giving their consent. And usually when we invite them to focus groups or in-depth interviews, no matter if online or face-to-face, they need to sign the consent, or they sign the consent, that we can allow to transfer this PII also to the end client. I mean, this is already the case if end clients are in the facility to watch through the mirror or on the streaming. This is already transfer of personal information. So we need to have this. Then for the videos, I mean, it's allowed that they are used in the presentation when you do it with your clients, but we need to ensure, or you need to ensure, that then these videos are deleted. I mean, either deleted or that the faces get blurred if they keep with the end client over an extended period of 3 months. I think is the regular. So it's the period when you need to delete this information. So I mean, I can remember I talked about 2 or 3 years with the lawyer of the ADM. So this is one of the German research associations, and they recommended when you use videos for end clients, it's okay to use it in the presentation. But when you then transfer the documentation, so the presentation file to the end client, you should delete then this video information, or as that should blur the faces so that it's not considered as PII.
And if you share the data, so you need to have a consent form or like a contract from GDPR with your client. It's like a chain. We need some GDPR documents with you, and if you share documents and informations from the respondents, you have need to have a contract with your client. Recruitment process, oder?
Yeah.
you can do.
Yeah, the recruitment process. I mean, yeah, we are having our own panel. So this is a panel which is mainly used for qualitative recruits, or which we also use to recruit for central location testing. So it's not used for doing online service, so self-administered online service. But this panel, so it's called Askfluencer. So this panel is our proprietary panel. And we use this for our in-house recruitment, as Stephanie mentioned. So we have in-house recruiters, and I would say, I mean, 80% of our recruits, 80 to 90% are done through the in-house recruitment. And of course, also the panel is our first, and not only rely on our panel and on what we have in our panel, we also, doing different approaches beside the panel to address certain target groups. For instance, we have a higher demand of parents of smaller kids or younger kids. And this is we have a higher demand that we have kids represented in our panel, and we are on a consistent need to find new ways to find these parents and these kids, where we then connect with them on playgrounds, or connect with them on nurseries, to find these people. So it's not only the panel which we rely on; it's also then different ways where we try to recruit respondents. And so these 10 or 20% which we do not use we do not recruit in-house, for this cases, we use vetted network of independent recruiters, and this depends a bit on internal resources maybe. So in Q4 it's maybe different, where we use the independent recruiters, but also sometimes we know that the recruiter is very specialized in certain target groups and has a good access to target groups, where we then outsource a project to these recruiters. But the majority, I think, is known for us since years or since decades, where we have a good relationship and a trusted relationship. And then also, I mean, we have done a quality control process in place to check their data.
We have all these recruiting processes, where we ensure the quality of the respondents.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ine, did you want to ask? We have 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
Please go.
I was just wondering whether you're allowed to ask people for their political leaning or for their ethnicity. Is there a way you can ask people about that?
I think political meaning is no issue at all. I mean, we, especially this year, prior the election, which we have in about 2 weeks in Germany, we have a lot of also qualitative research where we should recruit voters of different parties, and this is something we can ask for. Ethnicity is a bit more difficult, but if there's a good reason for, so a research reason which we can explain, then it's also possible and allowed. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any last questions from anyone? No? Okay, so what I'll do anyway is obviously circulate the recording of this, and you can always get in touch with quotapoint afterwards if you have any subsequent questions. So thank you so much, both of you, for a great presentation. Enjoy Succeed, and we hope to see you very soon. So thanks a lot for that. And thank you everyone for coming.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thanks
Bye.
very much.
Bye.
As well.
Thanks, Stefan.
Thank you. Bye.